Welcome everyone, and thank you for coming to today's session. Today we are going to talk about the benefits of martial arts self-defense classes for women. I'm Clyde Dinnicol, and I'm a student of martial arts, an academic student at Eastern Connecticut State University, and today's moderator on location at Wayland City Martial Arts in London, Connecticut. Let's begin with introductions. We'll start on to my left.
My name is Madison. I am a kickboxing instructor here for a box hit class.
Good. Welcome, Madison.
My name is Megan, and I'm a jiu-jitsu student.
My name is Jay. I'm the lead jiu-jitsu instructor here at Wayland City.
My name's Joe, and I am a jiu-jitsu student as well.
Great. Welcome, everyone. And thank you for taking the time out of your evening to help us with this. Madison, how long have you been kickboxing?
I've been kickboxing for about 5 years now. I started in Newport boxing, and then I moved down here to New London and started teaching, but I'm still a student as well.
Is this your favorite martial arts self-defense class?
It is.
Why is that?
I think the people that surround me here is my favorite part, and the coaches are amazing, and it's great to learn from everybody here.
Why do women take your class?
I feel like a lot of ladies take my class to improve their strength, to improve their flexibility, to feel good about themselves, and it's all
Megan, how long have you been in jiu-jitsu?
I've been doing jiu-jitsu for a little over a year.
Is this your favorite martial arts class?
It is my favorite martial arts class.
And why is that?
I think the best part of jiu-jitsu is the combination of physical and mental that you always have to be aware of. You get to challenge yourself physically, but the part you don't see when you're not in the mat is all the thinking that has to go on in real time. It's like active problem solving in your body.
Oh, excellent. And what's personal about it for you?
For me, it's I grew up doing a lot of sports. So once you're out of school, it gave me an opportunity to continue to be active and challenge myself and be in a competitive kind of environment.
I'd just like to let everyone know that kickboxing and jiu-jitsu are not the only self-defense martial arts classes out there for men, women, and children. There's plenty other research. Today, we'll be just talking about jiu-jitsu and kickboxing and self-defense in general. There's also judo, Krav Maga, karate. Just check something out and try it. Jay, as a jiu-jitsu instructor, what changes have you seen in your students after just one class?
After just one class, I always feel like the hardest part is coming through the door. And to watch somebody engage with themselves, like it's the first time they've stepped out of their comfort zone into an atmosphere that they're really not sure what they're going to come across. Most people think of mixed martial arts as people, in a cage beating each other up, which, that is mixed martial arts as the sport, but there's a lot of training that goes into that, and it's, it's very technical skill training, so it's fun to watch them. You always know when somebody's hooked, they get like a smile on their face when they learn a move, and it's cool to watch the entire group embrace the new people, so I think that whether you stay or if you sign up or you don't sign up, I think most people still leave with a pretty positive feeling. So.
And these types of classes, again, like you said, are not necessarily for going for the championship. It's scaled to
100%. All of our classes are all levels. The more advanced students help the new people. And we all build together. Like our philosophy is kind of like you're only as strong as your weakest person. So we try to make our lowest level come up So it raises everybody as a group, and I think that we've done pretty good with that so
So
far.
everyone's more of like a student and some type of an instructor.
100%. You know, jiu-jitsu is a beautiful art. You can never know everything. It's so individualized that you can think that you know a lot of stuff, and then somebody comes along and just blows your mind with something that you just thought you knew. And, you know, it's like Meg said, you know, active problem solving on the fly. And it really transfers over into daily life. So.
Why do women take your class?
You know, I think that women take this class for different reasons. You know, a lot of people see the really big upswing in female combat sports, especially jiu-jitsu. It's probably the biggest female growing sport on the planet. I don't know that statistically, but if I had to guess, I would say as far as like an influx of new students. And you know, you want to learn self-defense, and when you research self-defense, jiu-jitsu usually comes up. I want to say this properly, but in general, in a self-defense situation, a guy could probably be stronger and more aggressive than a female, and jiu-jitsu combats that with technique and leverage, and it was really invented for a smaller person to be able to beat a bigger person. And we can use Meg for example. She mops the mat with some people in here. She's probably about 115 pounds. So.
That's great. Thank you.
Sure.
Joe, you train in the same class, jiu-jitsu, with your wife Megan. What impresses you the most about Megan, especially after she started?
Yeah, so I think what Jay was kind of saying about, you know, her mopping up people, and she's like 115 pounds. So I think, you know, her toughness, like right away, you know, you could see her go against 200-pound guys, and she's doing fine. But you know, I think really outside and inside of jiu-jitsu, you see her patience. You know, just outside of here, also her confidence as well. You know, I think it's a great builder of that. So
Problem solving, patience. Right, definitely, I can see that.
Absolutely.
I can relate to that. What would you recommend martial arts self-defense classes to other couples?
I would.
Why is that?
So I think, you know, it's something we get to do together. It's something we share. It's something we learn together. We practice even against my will sometimes at home on the hardwood floor. But you know, it's a lot of fun. And
How
Jay knows.
does it help with relationship-wise or communicating with each other at home? Over, you know, marital situations? How has maybe jiu-jitsu helped you with maybe patience levels and thinking on the fly or properly thinking before you say something?
Well, it's all like a mental game. So I think, like, you know, just in general, like, you know, Jay will say, you know, use your jiu-jitsu, you know, and we use, you know, I use that for almost everything. You know, it's like
It's a philosophy,
it's
physical philosophy, and mental.
yeah, you kind of understand the difference of it mentally, and just like you use your jiu-jitsu, and you know, you kind of just relax and kind of, you know, take it in there.
And you both know exactly what's going on because you both are in the same philosophy and same sport.
Can I interject?
Yes?
All right, so as far as couples go, I think it's a great way to work your problems out in a healthy manner. So you can come in and onto the mat on your worst days, and you leave it here, you know. And I think when you are in a relationship, and you know, maybe Joe didn't do the dishes or something, and Meg's a little irritated. But you know, you come in and you exert that energy together, and you know, kind of helps loosen those things up a little bit, and it's, you know.
Kind of puts things in perspective.
Yeah.
So like, oh, okay,
You know,
so
just-
the dishes aren't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Or maybe I should do the dishes next time. What's the big deal?
Or you just, you know, your wife beat the crap out of you, so the argument's over.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, it's a
We take it to
win-win.
the mat.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, it's a sanctuary that we both can come to, and you know, and just be able to work it all out here. So.
Definitely. Madison and Megan, I have a question for both of you. Can you tell us other ways that martial arts classes benefit women? Maybe elaborate on something that we've already talked about or something you might have thought about. Maybe one of your students had a personal problem and once they started these classes, it has helped them mentally.
Yeah, I definitely think, just like we've been saying this whole time, mentally, you have to really think about what you're doing. It helps your coordination. I know my mother has been taking my class. She had a knee surgery in September, and it helps strengthen her body. Like I said, the coordination, and it makes you feel good when you leave here.
We've kind of already talked on it before, but like, one of the things about jujitsu that I think opens it to everyone, and I think Jay might mention it, is that Brazilian jiu-jitsu was designed to be accessible to everyone. It doesn't matter if you're the strongest, or if you're the fastest, or if you're the smallest. There's avenues and ways for it to adapt to you and for it to benefit you, and that works not just physically but mentally. You always hear, like on jiu-jitsu mats, you get comfortable being uncomfortable, and that doesn't just stay here. It's like you could be at work and something stressful could be happening, or you could be, just anywhere at the store, and you just get used to adapting and flowing with different situations.
That's excellent. And the average woman can do it.
Absolutely. I think, like Jay said, the biggest thing is not being afraid to walk in here. That definitely keeps a lot of people back. I've had friends who are my age who want to try the class, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can handle it. Anybody can do it. Like we said, it's for all levels. It's just, it definitely is intimidating that first class, not knowing what to expect.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of piggyback on that a little bit. Part of that too is where you go too. I think here, no one's judging you. They just want to make it. You're working hard and you have a good attitude. Everyone knows the progress will come. For some people it'll be faster, for some people it'll be slower. But I've taken the kickboxing classes here, jiu-jitsu classes. All the coaches, all the students, everybody helps each other and kind of supports each other. So that's helpful.
That is key. Going to visit the different dojos or gyms and pick the atmosphere or the culture that works for you. Definitely. I'll open the floor to everyone. How would you respond to someone who might say, I couldn't do what you do? Martial arts isn't for me. I don't do martial arts.
You want me to start? Sure, I'll start. So, really, you do get a lot of that. I can't do that. For me, being involved in martial arts pretty much since I was probably about 8 years old, I've never really known another way, but my only kind of input to that person would be, well, what would you do if you needed to defend yourself? Even 3 to 6 months of basic jiu-jitsu, you're a lot better off at defending yourself than the average person on the street. And a lot of these people that are in here that are skilled fighters or jiu-jitsu practitioners or kickboxers aren't the people that are puffing their chests or drawing attention to themselves in a tough manner. You really never know who somebody else is.
Definitely, if I met, Megan and Madison,
Yeah, very
I
unassuming.
would judge them as not capable of defending themselves.
And there's only a few scenarios. I think there's like 4 very general scenarios that men that attack women follow. And I think that jiu-jitsu, if they want to snatch your purse and run, well, hopefully you didn't have too much cash. Sometimes you just gotta let that go. But in a physical confrontation, you're on your back in here all the time. And I don't make the girls fight the boys, but it's just like a general progression. Like when you first come in, you're kind of like, oh, tangled up and it doesn't look right. But then you start to realize that they're just doing jujitsu. You know, there's
They're all
no
professional.
very,
They're here
and
to learn.
you know, you're fighting for your life against the girl and the fellas are watching. You're not really thinking about how cute they are. You're thinking about your buddies not picking on you in the locker room.
Yeah.
But you know, in all seriousness, I would ask them, what if you had to defend yourself? Because, you know,
Yourself or your child or any
or
family.
your family, yeah, and especially with guys, you know, you have a wife, you have kids, like, and that's not a sales pitch. You know, that's, if somebody says they can't, how do you know? You know what I mean?
It just makes you mentally confident too, that if you were faced with a situation, and I speak from experience, that you're not gonna say, oh no, he has me, I give up. You're gonna fight. You're gonna try and get away. And these techniques are not really to hurt somebody per se. You're to protect yourself, to get released, and so you can run away. And some other techniques that you learn, how to mentally communicate with someone who's about to offend you. How you can maybe stay off a confrontation or a physical confrontation.
100%. I'm
not just-
always the smallest guy in the bar. So, you know,
You're not looking for a fight.
ever, but, you know, in general, I usually get picked out. You know, because of course the tough guy's going to pick on the little guy, and usually there's somebody around to say, you might want to find a different little guy to pick on. You know, it's all right. You know, I mean, but in general, I can stay calm in those situations. You know, even up into a physical confrontation, like, because in jiu-jitsu, like, you deal with it day in and day out. You know, a lot of people are familiar with Joe Rogan, and he speaks very well about martial arts, and he says that, you know, tapping out represents, you know, injury or death, because.
As we are nearing the end of our discussion today, I'd like to thank our panelists for their bravery and their honesty. Thank you all very much for sharing your credible point of views on the benefits of martial arts self-defense classes for women. As a woman myself, I have a few key takeaways. Few, but powerful. 1, martial arts self-defense classes are a positive influence on your life. 2, classes can boost your spirit, helping you become more confident in many other facets of your life, including personal safety. And 3, martial arts self-defense classes can help you create a better version of you. As we conclude, I'd like to encourage women watching our video to think about where these benefits could give you the boost of energy and clarity you need towards your personal and professional developments. I encourage you to look to trying a few different classes, either on your own or with a friend. I feel pretty confident that if you do this, you will find a class that has you coming back for more. Thank you.